One. After the show, Bostonian versus the Book, Matt Perrault, Dave Sharapan, now joined by the one and only AJ Hawk from the Pat McAfee Show. AJ, Matt, and Dave, thank you for doing this. I know you guys are really, really busy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right.
What is your Twitter handle for the people that, because some people search you, it's the official.
Yeah, just official AJ Hawk.
Okay,
If you can search me all you want. I'm not super active on there, but sure, you can,
Okay.
you can sign me
All
up.
right, go ahead.
I love the cigar smoking. I love the realness. When did you realize that this was what you were going to do? Media was where you were going to go. Because I watched you as a player.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched you develop into this really cool personality, and you're so fucking comfortable now on mic and on the air.
Thank you. I knew I wanted to go into the media stuff maybe 5-6 years into my NFL career. Before that, I never thought it was like, if someone said, "Oh, you're going to be in the media?" Absolutely not. Like, no. And it wasn't because I disliked the media. It wasn't anything. I just didn't. I felt like, no, I don't care. I don't like to talk that much.
Yeah.
I felt like, honestly. And then I went to this broadcast boot camp the NFL does, and it was cool. Kind of like they worked you. Like they make you do a lot of different stuff, and I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed like, oh, this is cool. I actually enjoy trying to figure out why football teams are trying to do what they're trying to do. But as far as where I'm at now and what I'm doing with Pat and the boys, I mean, I definitely could not have envisioned that and this kind of like taking off how it has. It all started pretty much organically how I joined with everybody and been doing 5 days a week for the last couple of years with him now. And I am very thankful because when I think about it, like if I wasn't doing that, if it wasn't on the show, I don't know what I'd be doing. I've worked and called games as a color analyst for college stuff, and I absolutely love doing that as well. But what I'm doing now with the schedule and just how with Pat and how awesome he is and the boys, it's by far my favorite thing I've ever done.
They've been talking about the pickleball stuff.
Oh, man.
And Nikki just came over and said AJ is clearly the best pickleball player.
Depends on the night.
Yeah?
Well, we played 4 nights, so we all discovered pickleball this Monday night.
You never played before this trip?
I'd hit a ball like twice
That's
it's huge in Ohio. Like my oldest brother
Right.
My oldest brother goes to places and plays pickup games and like, hey, I got next. Like he does that. And so I tried to ask him about it. Yeah,
Wow.
There's all these places.
It's for real.
I've been getting texts from people. Kent Merker, a buddy of mine who was a pitcher in the major leagues for 19 years, plays pickleball I drive by this house in Ohio. They had it was an outdoor tennis court these people had, some rich people.
Turned it into,
flipped it.
And I'm driving by, and I kept seeing Merker's car for the last 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, what are you doing? Well, it's not your house. I sent him a text. He's like, oh, pickleball, man. We play almost every night. They play like 4 or 5 nights a week. And so I hadn't talked to him in probably a year. He sent me a text yesterday. Heard you're in pickleball, man. You got to come over. And he says, my buddy owns a pickle shack. And I'm like, what is that? He sends me a link. It's an indoor facility with like 10 pickleball courts.
No.
And it's like 10 minutes from my house. Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh, my
So we're all in now.
What does it feel like? Like the ball itself?
It's like a wiffle ball, but it's a little thicker, I think.
Yeah.
So
little thicker wiffle ball.
Do you put spin on it like a tennis
Oh,
ball?
yeah.
We've been spinning it as the week goes.
Yeah.
Especially the more my body is broken down over the week, the more spin I put on the ball. So Ty Schmidt has been my partner, and last night we played, and we were at
He said you two were like, peas and carrots.
Well, we've done great, but both of us were at our all-time physical low last night.
Really?
Just of like the starting and stopping and moving. I could use
yeah.
a knee replacement. I could use a new Achilles. I got all kind of
Is
stuff.
the body breaking down?
No, absolutely not. I feel great.
Thank you. All right. I'm in.
So my brain is good. It's all that
Absolutely
matters.
not.
I can't get a new brain. I can get a new everything else.
Right.
Well, maybe. But so we played last night, and I was like, "It's okay. We lost a couple games early." And I'm like, "Ty, this is what we do, though. We're gonna figure out a way to play with our debilitated bodies. We're all sore. Everyone's sore. Everyone can't move that well. We couldn't move that well. Ty rolled his ankle, his knee blew up, all kind of stuff. And we found a way, and we started to turn on a little bit last night and won some games.
Unbelievable. When you guys, you're obviously a high-level athlete, but some of the guys who are not, what's the camaraderie and what's the
Is that a
competition?
shot at Diggs?
It's not a shot at Diggs,
no.
but it's just how it is.
Oh.
I'm the same way. Look at me. Come on. What is the competition like? Does it ever get too hot? Do you guys ever really kind of get into it?
No one's like getting into it really, but the competition is legit. I've been asking the whole time, like, does everybody that plays pickleball, is it always this competitive? Because I feel like almost all of our games come down to the wire. Now there are a couple teams. There are a couple teams that have been skunked a few times. We've been only playing to 11 because we need to keep going. We need turnover to get more people in the court. A couple guys have been skunked. Luckily, I was not one of them. But
is there a mercy rule?
We don't know the rules.
Let's
We don't
Making
play
the
by the rules.
up
We're
as
pretty
they
much
go. They're doing the thing.
we've changed rules each night.
11-0 doesn't just straight up kill him.
See him, skunk. You're out of here. Get out of here. Kick rocks. That's what it's
hell
been.
with that shit.
But
That's awesome.
But honestly, everyone people might be surprised. Everybody in the office is athletic and can play can play pickleball. Pickleball has we all realize. Okay, I get it. I understand what all the fuss is about because it does
Level it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's really fun.
Competitive as hell. It's
Oh, yeah.
tennis really without all of the movement,
Yep.
the running, and anybody can play.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anybody can play, and you can be as active as you want and as physical. Like Phil Main, CFO Phil is here.
Yeah.
Phil dove he dove maybe
Laid out?
35 times over the last 3 nights.
Wow.
Now I'm not scared. I'll lay out for a few too.
Right.
I'll lay out, but Phil was diving on asphalt, rolling,
Whoa.
getting skinned
Nice.
up and everything. So yeah,
Raspberries.
it's pretty
No
competitive.
fucking joke.
When you're hosting, and you said you didn't necessarily think you were going to go into it. Now you're hosting a show with a massive audience
Oh, yeah.
at times. When Pat's not there, what's that like for you when you roll in? How different of a day is it for you when you're in this chair? Because
It's way different. Yeah. So
every
every
work, right?
Oh yeah, Pat's doing Friday. He's doing game days. So every Friday during the season, I would make the 2-hour and 45-minute drive in the morning to Indy and host from the Thunderdome, and then Pat would come on for an hour usually from game day. But yeah, it's a little different for me. Like you're running the ship,
You're
doing
the point.
everything.
You're
Yeah,
the point guard, right?
Yeah, and I honestly, it's a great challenge. It's fun for me because I don't talk. Like I'm not naturally a talker. I don't need a mic in front of me. I don't have to have. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm the youngest of three boys. I feel like if I say anything, my brother's gonna kill me. So it's like why speak? And now though, because of Pat, how awesome he is, and the boys, they're just whatever it is about it. Like they're right up my alley. It's fun, and I can go back and forth with them, and I try to gas them up to try to tear me down, to say terrible things to me, and they think they can. I'm like, great, I love it.
Right.
It's a sign of endearment, man. Like we make fun of my brothers, make fun of my dad all the time. And he's like, I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to do that.
And that's the give and take.
My kids annihilate me too and tell me I'm terrible.
Same.
And,
Every day.
Dad, you're the worst dresser. And
no.
all this
Oh,
stuff. Yeah.
every day.
Dad, you're not cool. You're
Every
terrible.
day.
I'm like, it's what it is, right?
That's,
It's what it
you
is.
got to learn to take the shit to give the shit
Yeah.
back and forth, and that's okay. I heard the doc talking about the bubble helmet things or whatever, and that sounded like a really good
The Guardian
conversation.
caps.
The Guardian caps. What do you think about that stuff as a former player?
I mean, they don't look great.
Right.
But for practice, I've always said, like, I don't think we should ever waste any concussions in practice. If you're going to get it, which I don't want any head trauma for anybody, but we understand what it is. It's football.
Right.
You're wearing helmets.
Right.
It's cool. Whether that be by how much you cut down on your the physicality in practice, or if the Guardian caps, you wear them in practice, if that helps, like, great. I don't want to waste any of that in practice. If it's going to happen, at least let it happen in a game, I guess. But I don't know what the happy medium is, because players despise those things.
Really?
And
They
big,
do.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like
Do they feel different on your head? Oh, they
Everyone,
do.
I'm lucky enough. I got out before they started wearing them. I've never worn one.
Is it heavy?
It's not heavy. It's only. I think it just feels like a big. From every guy I talk to, like, oh my gosh. Even though they say it's not heavy, players just feel weird with it. I don't know if you saw the clip of.
They look
There's a
weird
clip
with
of Jason Kelsey. He put bubble wrap on top of his in practice, just to like. And we played that while the doc was on the show. Was playing behind him.
No.
So, but I understand what they're doing. Honestly, Dr. Alan Sills, that dude. He's the head chief medical officer for the NFL.
Right.
He's awesome.
He was great.
He'll sit in the pocket. We
was
can ask whatever we
captivated
want.
over it.
Yeah.
That's when I was
He
watching.
like
if you haven't seen it, you got to.
he's a real human. He gets it. He's trying to help with everything health-wise, but with head trauma, he understands. Like, there's a lot we don't know, and he also is very realistic too, in which I have a lot of respect for him. I really do.
I love the fact that they make these graphics with you now. The AJ Hawk is scorching hot for your Super Bowl.
They're taking some pictures from like Gertie finds a picture from like 7 years ago on the internet and puts it up, and puts a hawk on my shoulder or
Look
something.
at that though. How phenomenal is that?
It's a real professional operation over there.
That is
right.
kick ass.
I know.
Unbelievable.
How has the gambling stuff been natural? Has it been awkward? How have you dealt with that?
For me, so it just became legal in Ohio January 1st for
Yeah.
FanDuel and everyone. I know I was never I was like one of those naive guys that didn't realize, everybody's betting on everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I realized. I didn't realize that till I got done playing, when I realized, like, talking to my friends, and they all got bookies and people all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the place.
yeah, of course.
Do it like the shady
You're in
way.
Ohio.
Yeah, now they.
That's where it goes
Yeah,
on.
and so now they, like, I had close friends that would explain to me their process. I'm like, geez, like this is dangerous what you're doing.
Right.
So now they're.
Because you've been in there, you're like,
better.
you're handicapping this way wrong.
Yeah, but now I enjoy it. I'm not like I'm still learning. I'm so
Yeah.
Do you think players like? I mean, is it good, bad? I mean, you're fine.
You're fine.
The growth, is that water I don't know if this water is uncapped or not, but if it's
I don't know whose that
open.
is. It might be getting a sip from somebody. Man,
Well, that's everybody in here, man.
I had about 40 cigars at the house every night. Man,
Yeah.
in between
It's
pickleball
finally
games.
getting you, right?
40 of them. Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe over the maybe 4 or 5 days.
Maybe under. Maybe under.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe over if it's counting all 5 days. Yeah.
The league itself, I mean, like players. Obviously, we've seen Calvin Ridley. We've seen things happen. But like, if you gave a player truth serum, like how do players feel about the legalization and what goes on right now, and how open the NFL is with it?
I mean, they probably just want some of the money. Like,
Right.
We know how much money's coming in.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think you ever have like a big issue with players, and people think about if they want to think you can like set up or, hey, I can pay this dude, and you can't.
No,
Guys,
yeah.
Complete
league minimum's like
bullshit.
$700,000,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
dumb.
You can
Go
maybe
to jail.
if you want to do something, go like give some money to somebody that doesn't make nearly as much
Right.
money,
Right.
a ref or a trainer, get
Right.
info from trainers or something
Right.
like that. Could be possible. I don't think it's happening, but
Not players.
not players. I don't think there's too many moving parts in football, I think, for stuff like that to happen.
Isn't it a pain in the ass? I mean, like DMs are up. People are getting threats and stupid stuff from dumb idiots who are losing.
Oh man,
In the league now is embracing it, where the league was like forever, like forget it, it's awful. Now
too
it's
much
like,
money, huh? And
Right.
we're at the, like this is just the start though.
Right.
Like we're just at the very beginning. Like what's it going to be 5-10 years?
Well, look at your set, right?
Yeah.
Look at all the big sets. I think
DraftKings,
for every-
All
FanDuel,
gambling
Caesars,
companies, AJ.
for
'cause
every
they got all the cash, huh?
for everything that we look at, and now it's media row right now, not radio.
Yeah,
row.
why? Just because there's all different forms of media. You don't wanna call it radio.
they
Because,
pumped
look,
it up
I-
now,
Media is
man.
different now, I guess.
I'm a
way
20-year
different.
radio guy. I left radio to come and do this show with Dave,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why is because I think radio is a dying medium, and I think
Mm-hmm.
people don't listen to the radios nearly as much. They want on demand, they want live, they want it on the
On
internet.
demand, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
On demand.
They want-
Do you guys stream live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah.
do
Stream live and have it on demand. That's the
yeah,
best.
both. And,
That's it.
and look, you guys, what you do is a lot of a blueprint to what we're trying to do, and a lot of things we're doing because we watch the success you guys have had, and the amazing. Your audience is really passionate.
Oh yeah.
And you guys take that seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
No
it's-
question.
I think that's important. You guys show your audience that you are, one, you love what you do, but two, their time, you guys want to make sure they're getting the entertainment and having fun.
I
when they're
think so.
watching
Yeah.
yours.
What's the old saying? People, what you take, don't take yourself serious, but
Yeah.
you take,
Your
like I take
job
my job serious.
Right.
Yes.
If you call it my job, which it is, like what I
Yeah.
do 5 days a week with Pat, it's never felt like a job once. I don't know. Like I think about that sometimes where I'm at and what I'm doing. And I'm like, man, we got to make this thing last. Like
Right?
I love
Let's
it. Like,
run
I have
this
fun.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what we're always. You're right. Like it's not like we're not just winging it. Like everything is. Pat's an absolute brilliant like businessman. And how he thinks about everything and how
Right.
he views and then how he can speak about it. But yeah, like we definitely take it very serious.
Do you like a team on Sunday?
That's what I was.
So we have to make
gonna
picks. I took the Chiefs 33, Philly 27.
ask. You like
Over.
over?
But also like Philly could win by 21.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
That's just,
right.
That's,
It's-
that's
no,
the NFL
but that's
football.
truth. That's fucking truth.
That's
though.
that's NFL football. That's
That's
why I'm
it.
terrible with picks. That's why I shouldn't be in the media. Like
No,
Pat
that's
argues
not
with me
true.
on the show sometimes when we first started doing picks. I'm like,
Right.
I don't care. I don't want to make a pick, man. I don't want to do it.
He's a bookmaker and says that.
Really? Good.
I'm the same
because
way,
because
AJ.
my whole
You
thought
don't
is
need to make
yeah.
a fucking
Guess
pick.
what? Andy Reid and Sirianni are out there. They have no idea
They
what's going to
don't-
happen.
Exactly.
They have a plan, but they couldn't tell you what's going
Right.
to happen if they sat here right now. But okay, now I'm going to take this. Like no, like, they don't know.
No.
So
in real time, things change, right?
a lot of moving parts
Yeah.
in football, man.
Oh, man, a lot.
You know, a plan and then things. So he often says like people just want it because they think that you're going to predict the future, and gambling is predicting the future.
Yeah.
And
And it's, if you win, it's cool to say, look at this. And if you lose, I never did that.
They
right?
just like to be right.
That's
It's not
everyone.
even
Is that
the
everyone?
fucking
well, that's
money.
me.
It is.
That's me.
Well, it's Boston guys.
It should be. I'd
especially,
want to.
but
I'd want to
fuck.
make money over being right.
See, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, he wants to
I'm
be
the,
right.
I'm
These
the opposite. I'd rather be
Boston
right.
guys
I'd
are
rather be
so
right
fucking-
than have money.
Wants to be right. He loves to be
I mean,
right
you know what? I
in the
respect it.
gambling
I
stuff.
respect
The
it.
money to me is a benefit. It's great, but I don't chase dollars. I
Yeah.
don't chase the money. So it's great. I mean, I'm never going to bet an amount of money, at least at this point in my life, that's going to change me in one bet. But I
Yeah.
want to make sure
Hell
that
no,
when I put
I'm not going to let you.
when I put my name behind something and I say and I predict it to be
Wants to
right
be right.
in that
Nice.
moment.
I get it. Okay, I'm with
Yeah.
you there. I understand that. Yeah,
That's where, and because I come from a talk radio background,
Yeah.
right? So that's my little moral.
that's your
victory.
currency,
Yes.
almost,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's where I get
Exactly.
Your
traded.
track
Right.
record. Your track
Yes.
record is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are all things that I've learned over the last couple of years because, yeah, like some things I just think are stupid. I'm like,
Yes.
I don't. Why does anyone care what I think the score is going to be? I'm legit guessing like everybody else.
Right. I say
Well,
that.
'cause you've been
nobody
there.
knows shit. I say that every day in a
Yeah,
tweet
none of
or
us.
something. Nobody does.
That's what's cool though. I think it's good.
It's great. What did you learn at the national championship on the sideline with all the clowns
Man.
and everybody else? Like, dude, it was so
Awesome.
much fun for us to watch. Was
You
it
see
fun
some of
for
that?
you
Oh
to
my
do?
goodness. Yeah, we did. So we did the Ohio State Georgia game in the
Right.
tournament. Unfortunately, Ohio State didn't win that one, but it was an
Oh,
awesome game,
dude.
crazy
Oh,
game, man.
my
Like,
God.
heartbreaking at the end, but really cool to be down there on the sideline. I hadn't been down on the sideline watching a college or a pro game in a long time like that. So just to see like the physical specimens that they are and how fast they are and how fast the game moves and how big the hits were, that was cool to me. And the fact
Yeah.
that we were on ESPN2 with cameras on us broadcasting, just doing what we normally do.
Right.
It was almost surreal at times. But then being at the national championship too and doing that, man, being in SoFi, the game was an absolute blowout, but it's fun, man. It's just
We
bizarre.
were
Everything we
still
do is
watching.
bizarre. It's all
Yeah,
bizarre.
it's
It's bizarre, and we have like legit like have a great time. Like I don't have big outwardly reactions a lot
Right.
to
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But I'm having a blast. Really am.
Right.
My last one for you. Oklahoma and Texas are getting out of the Big 12 early, going into the SEC. What's college football going to look like in a couple of years?
2 divisions? Is that what it's going to be?
Big
3
Ten-
divisions?
Big 10 SEC?
Maybe. Right.
I mean, is that what or are we just going to have no divisions? What are we going to do? Like it's either going to be like a
God.
couple or 3 divisions or
I
just
think-
free for all and we just make schedules.
I think 60 teams will break away and do their own thing.
No NCAA thing?
No
you mean?
NCAA. The top,
Yeah, right.
Top, top 60 will
Is that
go.
possible now?
Yeah, I think it is because the NIL changes
People are
everything.
saying it.
I mean, look, Ohio State, the Big Ten, Michigan, the big Texas, Oklahoma, these big money teams can give millions.
Yeah.
And they don't need anybody watching them. They don't want that watchdog. They want to be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Come up with a set of bylaws and go play. They don't want to play it. I mean, no offense to TCU, but they'd rather not play that type of program in a championship game. Even the
Yeah.
little engine that could, they'd rather play big boy versus big boy and take all the money for themselves.
Yeah, we all just want to see like good teams play against
Right.
good teams, don't we?
Yeah,
So
power
if that helps us.
brands.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I think
what
Oklahoma,
do you-
Texas in the SEC, I think they're in for a rude awakening personally.
You think?
but-
Yeah, I'm curious
yeah.
how that goes because the SEC to me is such a different world. Like I just view every SEC guy I assume is a first round draft pick. They all run 4.2s and they have unbelievable athletes and unbelievable studs at every position. That's how I view the SEC.
It's not really all that wrong. So.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by and doing this. Really do appreciate it. Official AJ Hawk on
Bam.
Twitter, right?
Yep.
Is
Get
that
a
the-
lot of good info from me on Twitter if you follow me. I don't think I've tweeted in a couple months.
That's AJ
I
Hawk.
retweet stuff from Pat actually.
Right.
so we're
Right.
good.
Yeah. That's where we see it.
That's AJ
Oh,
Hawk
that's
as
great.
we're continuing on after the show here for BVB. Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.